for your listening pleasure, straight out of Milwaukee, the least talked about podcast in Wisconsin, Hip or Critical, with your hosts or guides, Alexa MKE and Shock the MoKE, MoKE, where we praise and vent on all things that in the end just don't matter.
They don't matter sometimes.
How you doing, Alexa MKE?
I'm good. How have you been?
Melting.
Really? I don't understand why you would say that. I have no clue. So speaking of summer, we have some sad news. The former director of Summerfest, Bo Black, passed away at 74.
I don't know when the last picture was taken with her and Tom, but she still looked pretty good.
She did. She passed away in hospice care. When I read the article at the time, it didn't really say, what she was suffering from, but I know she did have several medical problems. She'll be missed. She was a Milwaukee icon for the longest time. So, our condolences to her family and friends. And,
when they ushered her out, it was kind of like one of those, well, how do you do that to someone who's been there 19 years? But at the same time, well, she's been there 19 years, fresh eyes, and all that. I remember being at Summerfest one time when her and her entourage came by. It was
an entourage.
Yeah, because I've never seen anything that moved like one unit with one, like a queen bee in, with all the...
That's awesome.
Around it. The whole thing just kind of moved through Summerfest, parting ways and everything like that. I go, oh, that's Bo Black.
There you go. She was an amazing woman. She was a trailblazer. She did a lot of really great things for the city. So,
and she was we've talked about this, the Danica thing, in a man's world, but I appreciated her candor in the man's world when she spit it.
Yes, yeah, she spoke truth. She did speak truth, so that's awesome. So
we lost a lot of people. Regis! Oh my God, Regis is dead now!
Oh my God, what are we going to do without Regis? I mean, come on. He was another icon. I mean, we've got eras are passing.
And senators, and that's great. Lewis, and so
yes. Civil rights icon.
Yeah, there was this last week was a bad week. It really was. So, we got to put one of those Deadpools together, I guess, and at the beginning of the year.
Oh no, no, please don't.
No.
No, we need Betty White just because it's Betty, but we also need Ruth Bader Ginsburg to make it to November.
Yeah, right. Come on, Ruth. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, no Deadpools, please.
All right, so I see some more kayaking has been had as well.
Yes, so I bought this really cool paddle, and I thought it was going to take forever to show up. So when you kayak, your paddle should be a certain length for your kayak's width, and then also you want it to match your height so that you are lower effort while paddling, and we do some river paddling, so you're paddling upriver. So I went and I look around, and it's like, oh my God, because the ones that came with our kayaks were just cheapos. And I'm like, God, these are expensive. So I was like, I'm going to buy one. And then if I like it, I'll get another one for my husband. Well, Aquabound in Osceola, Wisconsin, local place, is actually the cheapest place to get a custom-built kayak paddle, which is kind of cool. I didn't know it was such a thing. So I went and I looked around, and they're the only sub-$200, yes, these things are expensive, fully carbon fiber kayak paddle. The thing weighs like it's like 30 ounces. So I'm like, okay, so I order this thing and I go online and I'm like, okay, I got paid. I'm going to order this thing, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, it's going to take like 3-4 weeks to get here. I ordered it on Sunday. It was here by Thursday. So we went out kayaking with it, and it's amazing. So yes, we will be ordering a second one. But I just want to give props to Aquabound for...
And that's the dual paddle. You got to have the paddle on each side with one of these, right? Is that how kayaking is, right?
Yeah, and it's not like this. You're more like this. So you want your kayak your paddle like this, and you basically are more like this. So you're actually using your body to rotate to paddle, and it's a lot less effort. So you're pushing and pushing and pushing, and you would think you're pushing, but you're actually pushing your hand, and then your other hand, just naturally comes back. It's really kind of cool, and it's really relaxing. So I love it, and you'll probably be hearing more about our kayak adventures. So
Good.
you had. What's this I see? A state find ironing board. This, I have no idea what this is.
No, I showed you the one that I was making. Those are the old metal ones. But
yeah,
I actually had found like an old wooden ironing board.
I still have an old wooden ironing board.
From the 30s, 40s or whatever.
Well, mine's not from the 30s.
I took it off and got down to the wood, and the label was still on it on this one. And then I had those big labels I was telling you about for the old containers, fruit containers, that you would put on the front. So I put those on the top, and then I did epoxy over the top of that, so it's an epoxy hard top over the labels over the thing, and it's really nice. So I'm like, I threw it on Facebook. A couple people enjoyed it. I thought I'd see if I could make another one, so I started looking for these things now. There was a place I got the first one. There was actually 3 there I could have gotten, and I just grabbed one. So we went down to an estate sale, and I saw one in the pictures. And when I get there, I'm looking around for it. And we got there on Saturday, and usually when stuff starts on Thursday and you're there on Saturday, it's been picked over pretty good. So I'm looking around for it, and all of a sudden I turned, and there it is. Somebody had opened it. It was in the picture. It was up against the wall, closed. But someone had opened it, and there were some jars on it. But the jars were now wet from something above, was dripping in the cardboard flat. So
so they were using the jars to catch whatever.
I don't even know if that's how it started, or somebody moved something. But anyway, so I've started to move the jars, and of course you can't. They're going to fall through this flat. So I go get another flat that's just laying around the garbage of this place, and I put all the jars in there, move the wet flat out of the way, and there's my ironing board for $5, still sitting there. But I'm like,
you didn't pay $5 for it. Please tell me you didn't pay $5 for it.
It was actually it was Sunday we went actually, so it was half price. I paid $2.50 for it. I got that and a couple other things. What was the other couple things? It was $4, and I was like, oh yeah, all right, okay. So the one I looked up this time, the Stand Steady, STNSTEDY.
Of course, because back then they couldn't spell.
Well, we still can't. Look at it when we call things around here, fat, and everything like that.
Yeah, but that's vernacular. This was not vernacular.
Yeah, it's always a way to have fun with words. I love doing that, doing a cheesy way. And then, so I looked that one up. That thing could be from like the 20s.
Oh, that's super cool. Now, are you gonna do your thing to this one?
I took the top off with the ironing. They always cover the wood with the padding or whatever. I took that off right away because it was wet. The wetness had gone through about halfway up the board. I thought it might dry out. It didn't. It stained it a little bit. But here I am. It's like, okay, this thing went through 100 years of its life, and it didn't get wet once. The day before I buy it and they're selling it, they put it underneath something that gets it wet.
This is beginning to sound like a rant.
But that's what made it be there for me when I grabbed it, which was great. So
okay, good. So we had a happy ending.
So that's the only thing I've been doing. I can't go to concerts. I can't do anything. I went and looked for the Comet, couldn't find that. So the estate fine.
Oh, don't even. I'm so sad I can't do half the things I normally would do. But
did you try to go to the state fair food thing yet? There was like a 2-hour line, and my bladder can't take a 2-hour line.
I don't eat state fair food. I don't eat any of it. None of it. It's awful. It looks terrible to me. It's all fried.
So you won't even do cheese on a stick, will you?
Well, I'm allergic to dairy. I can't do cheese on a stick, but even if I wasn't, I wouldn't do cheese on a stick. I didn't go to the state fair that often before. I'm sorry, everybody. I am from Wisconsin. I know I don't eat dairy and no, I don't drink beer.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, so lots in the news here. Lots of things we could talk about in the news.
Yeah. Are you planning to get the vaccine when it comes out?
I have never done a flu shot before, but I'm going to get it this time. I'm going to get the vaccine if it comes out. I'm going to, Oh,
well, you're going to have a GPS logger in you then.
And that's fine with me.
Yeah. Did you hear that latest conspiracy theory? So the latest conspiracy theory is that Bill Gates wants to use the COVID vaccine to get everybody to have a GPS logger, tracker in them. But I hate to tell everybody, you have your GPS tracker.
It's already in your pocket. Yeah,
there we go. We all have one of these lovelies hanging out. And it collects a hell of a lot more data than a GPS tracker. So I tell you what, all you COVIDiots or anti-vaxxers, you throw that away and don't get your vaccine.
Then we can talk. Then
yes.
we can start talking.
Yeah, so that's just, I just want to tell everybody, don't be stupid. You've got the Chinese tracking you, you got the Russians tracking you, you got Google, you got Amazon, you got Apple, everybody's tracking you anyway, including the NSA, the CIA, and the FBI. So, yeah, I don't think Bill Gates cares, boys and girls.
I guess what I've always said, they can listen, go ahead and listen in.
Yeah, right. They do anyway. Oh, and Facebook. You want to talk listening in? We did that a long time ago. Facebook listens in because they turn your microphone on and listen to you.
Well, again, here's the thing now. Everybody had this little lull, like, well, it's really not that bad because of how many people are dying and everything. And so it spouts up here now on the internet, and this is right off of someone's page. So regardless of the huge increase in testing levels and naturally an increase in the number of positives, the hospitalization levels have remained minimal. Okay, now we know that's because kids are getting it right now, and the death rate has remained extremely low. Well, I guess what's your definition of extremely low when you have called death rate? What's your threshold?
As long as it's not your grandma, apparently it's low.
Right. These positive stats are never the focus of our media and local government. However, instead, the fear factor just keeps getting hyped.
What fear factor? We have a pandemic.
His caution is fear, I guess. Caution is fear. Because, listen, had we left State Fair open, went to Summerfest, all the ball games that were on, the basketball games, the
Beat and Button Show.
The Beat and Button Show. All those things that we could have all been mingling in this whole time, and you think that okay, so only if we'd have gotten twice as many cases and the percentage was the same, it still would have been twice as many deaths. But that's okay, I guess, because, again, the death rate is extremely low.
Yes, it's extremely low. Let's do some stats again. All right, 2018... 80,000 people died of the flu. In the first 3 months of COVID, over 100,000 people died of COVID-19. And now we're spiking. Wisconsin is up over 1,000 cases a day.
We just got on the no-fly the list to Chicago.
No, not till Friday. They are going to announce it on Tuesday, and it'll happen on Friday. So you still have a few days to go to Chicago.
Yeah.
But, okay, so we're going to continue with our stats. Yes, New York and Chicago want nothing to do with us. And the fact is we're over 1,000 cases a day. The U.S. is at record rates. They are way beyond capacity in Florida. For the hospitals, they have a hurricane in Texas. They are way beyond capacity for everything in Texas. I mean, we're not beyond capacity yet. And I'm still seeing pictures from Door County and frat parties in Madison and people having stupidity on the streets in Lake Geneva because they don't think this thing is real. Well, guess what, boys and girls? We're going to wind up with so many deaths, it's not going to be funny. So how many deaths is enough?
Why do you think that it's so low? It's because we've done these things. If we had not done these things and given into fear, where would we be?
But it's not fear, it's precaution. I mean, come on. It's like wash your hands and wear a mask.
This is part one of COVID. We're going to get back into it when we talk sports in a moment.
Yes.
But you got something for the Geneva supply?
Oh, no. Okay, so that was, now that's a different thing. That's not COVID. But
that's why we're going to take it out for a moment.
All right, we're stepping away from COVID, people, because we're basically doing kind of a newsy internet stuff. So I was like curious, and there is an available sign on the building for Cascio Interstate Music in New Berlin, and so I knew they were in receivership. I had read that back in February.
See, yeah.
Right. So now there's an available sign. So I did a little bit of digging. It was acquired by the wholesale division and the online division of Cascio Interstate Music was acquired by Geneva Supply. This is not a music company. This is a distribution warehouse. I'm not quite sure what they all do. So I did a little bit more digging, and according to sources close to the matter, the current location may be rebranded as New Berlin Music. The managers and the staff, looks like some of them are planning to stay. And they invite you to come out and take a look at what they've got left because they got a bunch of deals because I think they're trying to close out a bunch of stuff. But it's going to be interesting to see if they stay in that building or if they acquire another building. I had heard some scuttlebutt that they were going to move to 76th and Layton, but that doesn't make sense.
So
if
the
they're
owner
going to be
just
New Berlin
decided
Music.
to get into the music business, or what is that it? Or
Well, it looks like this Geneva Supply, well, because they went into receivership, they were trying to sell it. So I guess there is a group that is keeping the music part of it. So I think they're keeping like the instruments and the lessons and things like that. So there will be another music store that, is kind of a genesis. It's out of what happened here. But it's a shame because we're losing a business. But on the other hand, it looks like they're going to consolidate what they do best and try to offer a really good customer experience. So let's, we'll keep on to that. So
try what we can try.
Yep, right. Exactly. Well, it's sad with all the closings.
Yeah, as we hear every day again.
Yeah.
More companies going into bankruptcy and.
Well, we always have these economic cycles, but this is extraordinary because of this pandemic. I think it's
really going to shake it out. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so sports. We're going to do let's start with the small part of it. Washington football team, the Washington football team. We didn't know what they were going to call themselves, the Redskins, before, and that's what they've come up with.
My bet is on Washington football team.
Yeah, and so all this is just like a dead space while they try to clear out and wash over everything, and then they just kind of want like a dead space, I think, and then they'll bring out the new one. Plus, they can't let out one word of what they think they want to use because somebody will grab the hashtag, the
website,
the .net, all the Twitter, everything. They'll grab it all. So they got to figure something out that none of the 1,000 other guys that have already went and trademarked 90% of the things out there, waiting for them to come calling. I already got a trademark.
There's you know what? They'll buy it out anyway. That's why people are doing it.
Guy said, I've got 100 of them. I've already trademarked. I'll give it to them. Yeah. Why did you do it?
Trademark is something very specific. So, like Apple, they tried to trademark the logo and then push. Remember, because the Beatles were on Apple, and that was like a trademark issue. That's more of a trademark issue. So these people can trademark anything they want.
I shouldn't have said trademark. Just
copyright, or they can park a website, or they can park a Twitter handle, things like that. Yeah.
Right. So keeping on though with sports. So I do have my Brewers on, which we went back to the old, got the old one, and my hat that has everything on it except the Bucks, which, again, the Bucks are winning, the Brewers have not. The season's already over. They're 1-2. The Brewers against the Cubs. The season's over.
You poor baby.
But all right, so now here's what we talked about. Will there be sports? Marlins have just found out they have a full-blown pandemic on their hands. One guy tested, they pulled him out. Then all of a sudden now they got back home and everybody's testing. Now the team they played against is going to have to be quarantined more or less for testing. The people that are coming into the stadium for the next game, they don't want to go into the locker room that the Marlins just came out of because, they don't want to catch anything there. So here we go. The Carfuckle has begun.
Oh, my goodness. Well, this is to be expected. I mean, I don't know why they expected anything different other than what happened because, again, It's for real, people.
The NBA is trying to keep this bubble going, and which I love it. They call it the bubble, the NBA bubble. And
Until it gets
they
burst.
might, as long as you can have like one island where nobody, and that's it. I suppose that's the only way you can do it. To segregate you. It's a zombie apocalypse thinking.
Yeah,
if there's
no,
none
this
around.
is silliness. I mean, we should have just shut it all down until next year, and we'd be done already. New Zealand? I saw a picture from New Zealand. They were watching rugby. Nobody had masks on. You know why nobody had masks on? Because New Zealand doesn't have any COVID anymore. It's gone.
But how can you make it go? We still don't have herd immunity. We still need to come through a couple times.
Because they locked their little island down.
Yeah,
That's
right.
why.
Yeah.
Everybody wore masks. They locked their little island down. Everybody quarantined until it went away.
All right. So, again, just because I like to needle the man in the White House, the last press
Our favorite clown. Actually, he's my least favorite clown, and I hate clowns.
When he talked about Ghislaine Maxwell for her role in recruiting, grooming, and abusing underage girls, President Trump responded, "I just wish her well, frankly."
Well, because he was able to grab her by the pussy, plus all the little girls she brought to him.
Oh no, he was always like, no. That's one thing I'm going to defend him on. He does, even in old things, he says, "Oh, they liked them younger than me," So he always waited till they were over 18, So
that's bullshit, because he would visit his lovely little junior Miss USA pageant girls. Some of them were age 15, and he would ogle them in the dressing rooms.
Ogling and taking home is a different thing. All right, but
ogling is just as bad as taking home, because
when you say "I just wish her well," frankly, what does frankly mean to you? To me, that means you're puffing your chest out and you're getting behind that. Explanation. That's an explanation point without putting one on. Because if it isn't, if someone's like, "Well, that's not what that means." Yes, well, frankly, Scarlett, I don't give a damn. Was that really? Yeah, frankly, Scarlett, I don't know if I really give a damn. No, that was an explanation point.
Yeah, no, it's stupid. The whole thing is stupid.
How he can sit up there and do that, and then we moved to the canceling of the convention, and he left Georgia because the guy was telling him to cancel it because this is a bad idea, and he told him, "No, you don't know what you're talking about." Now he goes to Florida. He goes, "I, as president, have decided it's just not right to do it. I want to keep you safe." No, you didn't want to keep anybody safe. You left a state because they wanted you to be safe.
No, I don't even want to, because I even think about him, and he just makes my blood boil. I mean, there are so many things he's done that make my blood boil that it's like it's any functioning adult 2020 at this point. The lesser of two evil. 2020. Cthulhu. Whatever.
I tried to look and see what they're doing with the stimulus. It does look like it's coming through, but Nancy is they're finally going to talk. They still haven't brought it out. They're supposed to bring it out today. This is Monday.
They've been going back and forth, and the Democrats came up with a perfectly reasonable plan to begin a conversation with, and they totally threw that out. It's like, all right, we're not going to even look at that. They're a bunch of idiots.
It's like posturing. But
the posturing is fine, but we need to actually have a legislature that can compromise and work together. And it's clear that Mitch McConnell, that little turtle, he will not. So, oh my God. This is why we don't talk about politics too much.
Coming by the time we get our next one, we'll know more again on that. All right. So, time for a couple of little... Wait.
I got Tony Zielinski.
Yeah, all right. You got some housing market news.
Oh, yeah. You guys have got to see this. I gotta put this up.
Location.
So, you're not seeing it, but the viewers are. This is the lovely $2,095,000 home in Bayview that Tony Zielinski built a little over a year and a half ago. Took him a year to build it, disrupted these beautiful, as you can see, these beautiful homes on either side. And, he's selling it for $2.1 million because he's sulking now because he not only did he give up his alderman seat, but he lost the mayoral election. So, and it is the ugliest thing on the face of the planet. I've seen banks that look warmer. So, I don't know.
It's an industrial look, that's in now.
It's not even industrial. It looks like an office building. I think a warehouse building would be more attractive. Just a square with bricks would be more attractive. Like, honestly. But I mean, seriously, you have a beautiful, historic district, in Bayview. I don't know if it's got a historic designation, but there's definitely some beautiful historical buildings along Superior where this is located. And it just, he ruined the, aesthetic of the neighborhood. And then he just runs away. It's mind-boggling. These guys are just, they're in it for themselves. They're in it for money, and it just pisses me off. So, there you go.
And someday it'll be like some shrine because he was bold enough to make this thing back in the day.
It's no Frank Lloyd Wright. I'll tell you that. It's not any kind of prairie style.
I've seen Frank Lloyd Wright. This is no Frank Lloyd Wright.
Damn it, sir! I knew Frank Lloyd Wright, and you are no Frank Lloyd Wright. All right, so something about Ace. You have a little rant about Ace.
Rant time, yes.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to be a little bit critical here, of course. Good time to be critical. So, 4th of July, it was hot, and we had people coming over to grill out.
Wait. It was summertime. It was 4th of July in Wisconsin, and
Yes.
it was hot.
Yes.
Holy shit.
We wanted to get a mister of some sort, right? So I was looking on for misters, and a lot of them you got to hang from, like your tent awning and assemble with the little hose nozzles, and I didn't want that. So finally I saw this little coiled one, like a cobra snake, about 3 feet high or whatever.
Yeah, they sell those at Home Depot and stuff.
Right. So, I said, oh, okay, well, I'll go looking for that. Looking around for who's got it. Ace has got it. In stock. All right, great. So I could hit the button to order now, do curbside, or ship or whatever. And I'm like, well, I want to go down and see what it actually is. We talk about what you order online, and I can get there, and it's that big. It's fits in my pocket or something. So they had a couple here. It looks like so. So I drive down to the Ace. I drive in. I look, and right when I walk in,
Which Ace Hardware are we talking?
Ace Hardware. Yeah,
Which one?
I forget what street it is. I knew you were going to ask. I was going to put it down, and I didn't look it up. It's next to a junky thing to the right, and whatever.
A junky thing to the right.
So the water stuff is to the left, the hoses and things, and so I jaunt left real quick, and there's a young girl there, putting stuff in there, and I look and I can't see it, and I say, hey, for this thing, mister, well, we only have the hoses. I said, well, let me ask. So she goes to her superior. We're going up a level now. I didn't really expect this girl to know.
We have escalated.
I've escalated already. The lady behind the counter is coming out. All right, we're gonna get somewhere. Yeah, looking for this little Mr. thing. He's, well, would be here if we had, but we don't have them. And I said, oh, are you just out? You just no, we don't have them. And we have this thing, and she's talking about a thing that you put in the ground, and it goes around. I go, no.
That's called a.
I said,
sprinkler.
no, it's a coil thing. It's a mister. He goes. She goes, no. Now, if she had said a guy just walked out with the last one, all right, I can hear that. And I go, well, it says you have it. I still had it up on my phone where it says it's, I can order it. And I said, well, but it says here I can order it from here and I can do curbside pickup. She said, but you didn't complete the order. And I go, well, no, because I'm here. She goes, well, if you'd have completed the order, it would have told you it wasn't in stock. I'm like, wait. That's not how these things usually work. It wouldn't have let me get this far if it wasn't here. Now, to tell me that it isn't here once I say bye, I said, that doesn't make sense. He goes, no, that's what would have happened. But we don't have them here. It would have told you that if you'd have completed the order.
So did you hit the buy while you were in front of her?
I walked out into my car out front and hit the buy button on it. It said, we'll let you know when it's ready. And I said, so I drove home, all right? about a half hour later, get an email. It's ready for pickup. Hey, from the same store. My God. So I was eating lunch, I think, at the time, or having a snack, and I said, well, I'll be there. I'm on my way in a minute. I wasn't, going to go get it right away. Then I got a phone call. Hey, you're the store. Hey, great. All right, well, I'm going to come on down. So I come on in, and I go, and I walk into the store. The first little girl that I had seen says, hi, can I help you? Yeah, I'm here to pick up for a pickup. Do I go to here or a different counter? And he goes, well, here, what are you picking up? And I looked at you, the thing that I was here before looking for. And she goes, oh, all right, hold on. Does the thing, and all of a sudden, the other lady, the escalation lady, comes around the corner, still younger than I am, and says, oh, what are you here to pick up? Yeah. I didn't change my shirt since I was in here an hour ago, when we talked about this. So as much as you want to play innocent, you know who I am, all right? And I go, I'm here to pick up this, the thing that you told me wasn't here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it was in a shed. And then she walks away. And then she comes back and she goes, yeah, and she's handing me, I'm sorry. It was like behind some stuff in the basement. Well, you just said it was the shit. I was like, I'm like,
Really?
So I take it from her, and I go, listen. I said, I don't need your sorries. I came in here twice. I'm trying to avoid that. Right now, you didn't do enough. You didn't look harder. You didn't research more. You didn't do your due diligence. And then I turned around and walked away.
Good for you, because you know what? I was in Ace Hardware about a week and a half ago. Now, we were coming in. I had a whole list, because the way I've been shopping is we do essential shopping. So if I'm walking into a store, it's for a reason.
For a reason.
For a reason. So when I go to Target, there's at least 3 to 6 things on that list. When I go to the grocery store, you better damn well be sure that when I walk into Woodman's, I got 25 things on that list. I'm not walking into Woodman's for one loaf of bread. So I go into Ace, and it was like 3-way bulbs, and I needed a paintbrush, and my husband wanted something for the garage, and there were a couple odds and ends, and it's like Ace is right around the corner. This is Elliot's Ace Hardware on Oklahoma and Highway 100. So I walk in, and we've got our masks on, and a few of the store employees have their masks on, but I would say fully 60 to 70% of the customer base did not have masks on. Now, mind you, this was shortly after Walmart, Target, Kohl's, Pick and Save, all of these announced that they were going to have a mask mandate.
In the last week. That's all in the last week.
Well, no, it's actually been the last 2 weeks, but that's not here nor there. It's like, who primarily shops at that Ace Hardware are people at risk. Right. Most of their customers are over the age of 50. I do not see 29-year-olds wandering around Ace Hardware.
That's the Walgreens of hardware stores for sure, yeah.
And my reason I shop at Ace is because they are a locally owned franchise. Now, I understand they're a franchise, but they are locally owned. The people, are from Wisconsin. And the True Value up the street, they're gone. I mean, that was also a locally owned franchise, and they're gone. They're out. The one in New Berlin, for people who need to know. So it's like, all right, I don't want to go to Menards. I don't really want to go into Home Depot. I would prefer to go into Ace. But their prices are higher, and, but they're a smaller store. So I wrote an email. I came home, I wrote an email, and my email basically said, nobody was observing mask wearing, your customers. There were several of your staff who had their masks like this, over the mouth, but not over the nose. And I was angry. And I'm like, I wanted to hear back from them. I basically said, if you guys aren't going to do a mask mandate, I'm not going to shop by you anymore. I'm trying to keep it local. I'm trying to be essential. And guess what I got back?
Screw you, go somewhere else.
No. I got crickets. Crickets, nothing. I got nothing from Ace. Yeah. They want my money, but they don't care. Yeah, do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't care about
Karen. Okay, Karen.
I'm not even a Karen. I mean, seriously. It's like I'm not going to call that being a Karen because I didn't say anything while I was there.
Right.
I wrote to the management because I didn't feel like anybody on the floor had any control over the situation. It's more the management and the administration.
You don't know if you're the first person to say it or the fifth person to say it. If you're one person, then they can do that, go whatever. If you're the fifth, then they got to go, hey, come on, But you got to get to the fifth person, meaning everybody's got to send an email, see something, say something.
Well, and see, that's just it. And so, I'm not shopping at Ace. I've gotten Ace stuff in the mail. I throw it away now. I've gotten at least 2 things in the mail from Ace, and I've thrown them both away.
A little boycotting. Yeah,
yep, it's like, and it's not boycotting. It's putting my money where I feel that they care about me. Woodman's turned around, and they didn't have the mask mandate. Everybody who came into the store who was a vendor and their staff all had to have masks, but they weren't requiring it of customers. Even so, most of their customers had masks. But now they have a mask mandate, and they're doing what they can. So, in this environment, and I've been noticing more and more people are wearing masks. Michael's is requiring masks and places like that. And so it's like, people want to do casual shopping. I'm not doing casual shopping unless you require a mask. There it is. So that's my rant.
Again, masks.
Yeah.
People, we've been just talking masks since the beginning. All right. So, second little rant.
Yes, this is Dave's actual third rant. I just want to point out.
Yes, right. No, I think it started when we did our first one of these. I think the ranting started.
Dave likes to rant. And Dave's a better ranter than I am, so we'll let Dave. Although that was a good rant I just did, but we'll let Dave go.
Yes. So this actually came up on our local radio program, Bob and Brian, who I love, and they had talked to some guy and somebody. We were talking about shopping cart etiquette and the fact that a guy, and the afternoon guys are Borna, Mitch, and Mandy. They're great. So, between them, I like listening to stuff. So I think they were talking. They have a call-in part. And there's always people talking.
Did you call in?
Not this one because I was driving. Driving.
Okay.
So, but what it is when you run out and you go to the car with your cart and you have your cart, what do you do then next? Are you one of those people who leaves it near the car? Do you bring it to a cart every time? And they had a guy who said, this was what they got behind was the guy going, listen, you got to put it back. He said, you just walked around that store for that whole amount of time and out to your car, and now you can't walk a little bit farther to put the cart back?
Is he talking about in the cart corral or in the store?
Well, if there's not a cart corral around, what do you go back to the front of the store? That's what
I'm
saying.
We do.
So now, all right, now I have a problem with that. And I'll tell you why.
Oh no!
Okay, first of all, where is the cart collector then? Okay, first of all, you have to have them. If you want me to put your carts in a spot that's not all over, you got to have places to park them.
You're talking about a cart corral.
A cart corral. Okay. I've already been in a place where this is me. I'm on the car. There's the path that the cars come up and down, then park, and then you're facing someone who's parking. All right, so I'm on this side. There's no corral in my row. There's no corral in the other row, which means I have to take my cart through my cars, through 2 other people's cars, across a road to get to the cart corral. No, that ain't happening. All right? Plus, I'm taking a guy's job. This is a guy's job to come out there and do this. This is what I'm not going to take food out of somebody's mouth. And usually those jobs are given to less unfortunate people in the community, which they can collect carts and everything like that. I'm not taking.
Did you just say less fortunate people in the community?
Yeah, some trainables, you see there and things like that, but that's somebody's job. If they don't have one in my row or the row across from me, then screw you. You come and get this shit.
Wow. Okay,
I ain't
princess.
walking all the way back up to the store. And you know why I'm not? Because I just did walk around in your store. I walked all over the place in your marketing that told me the light bulb was in one place.
What store was
screw-in
this?
light was in that I needed was in the other side of the
What
store.
store was this?
So I bet this is I think it's usually Depot. Or Menards. Might even Menards. Might have been a Menards.
Probably Menards, because Depot has a hell of a lot more cart corrals than Menards
Right.
does.
I think they do. And usually I pull park right up underneath the contractors anyway, so that's screw everything there. I just do that. Rock and roll, man. That's rock star parking for me.
He's a princess. He's a princess. Exactly. You're a pretty princess.
But if you don't have one in my row or the row behind me, screw you. You're done. No. Then you're caring more about putting one more car in a parking spot than having a corral for a cart. Well, you know what? That one more customer you got, that money that you're getting out of them, you're going to get this guy to come out and get this cart now. You're going to pay a guy to go do that because you didn't give me a car corral and you wanted another customer instead. You're going to take his money and pay a guy to get my cart. We're done.
Oh, okay. You feel better now?
Yes, that one's in the books.
Okay, good. All right, Dave. I'm not commenting, other than you're a pretty princess.
Yeah. Put a pee underneath my mattress, I will know.
Yeah, we won't even go there. All right, so something about we're kind of letting people know what's going on sometimes. I don't know, but you had something about Tony's Creepy Crawly Zoo.
I saw this. He had some videos on YouTube too. The Bug Whisperer. He just does. You know how you can do, like, go to some of those nature places and you do, see the tarantulas and stuff. He's one of those kind of guys.
They have that at the zoo, actually. They've got some.
Right, exactly. And some of the nature, I forget which one we went to. We went to one of the nature places where they, do the.
We're Nature Center.
Nurse them back, the health, and and they like to show what they're doing as well, and have some of the different kinds of animals and birds that they're helping at the time. But so he's got a zoo, but it looks like you can also, like, get the guy to come to your place to bring the stuff, like, to a party, and I thought that's kind of cool.
Yeah, sounds like great fun for 5-year-old little girls.
Party thing, yeah, so
for your pretty princess party, we're gonna have this guy show up.
Yeah. We're gonna have you get some slimy, so you get to touch some tadpoles or whatever, when they're big, whatever those things are.
Toads and
salamanders, like the salamanders too.
Toads, frogs, salamanders. Lizards.
Man, I thought I had seen big frogs until I was down by the river down here in Milwaukee one time, and I saw a bullfrog that was the size of this computer. I swear it was the size of this computer.
It was concrete, just so you know.
No, and it went ribbit. No, this thing was. I don't know, man. It was pretty big. Maybe I'm confusing that with that movie Evolution with David Duchovny.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, seeing something like that. And then the next thing too I had underneath there was, we have somebody who's in a band. I'm a fanboy of bands because I can't do it. I follow whenever I can and try to live vicariously through band people that I know. And one of the people is Tish. She's got a band called 3 Kisses. And they have a CD release party, and it's just like, all right, I want to go, but I want to go safely, so just stay outside.
So are you gonna go? What are you gonna do?
No hugs. I just saw something. Where did they have this thing? The guy had a thing, and he had when you came in, you took a different armband, 3 different color wristbands. One meant I'm good with hugs, One is don't even talk to me, okay. And the other one is talk but stay, 6 feet away, and I thought it was kind of interesting,
Yeah, that's a little different. I haven't heard that one yet, so that's new for me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we need, everybody needs little stoplights on their body, right? Red.
Mine's red.
Yeah, it might be red, yellow a little bit, and then no green right now. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, no, mine is like totally red. Just stay away from me. I've had a couple people at work like get a little too close, and it's like, ah. But it is what it is. I wanted to plug a little thing. It's called Milwaukee Strong. This was a group of, and I don't have this on the show notes, so I apologize. I'm going to send you the link if you could put it on your MoKE Milwaukee. It's basically a group of local artists all got together, Milwaukee artists, and created a song called Milwaukee Strong. It's actually really touching. It's really cool.
Yeah. I've seen little clips of that. Right.
Yeah,
right.
It's really cool. The whole thing's really cool. So I'm going to send you the link so you can put it on the MoKE Milwaukee page. Everybody, please, check it out. Even if you don't go to the MoKE Milwaukee page, which we encourage you to do, but look up the Milwaukee Strong, the Milwaukee Strong song, and they just released it within the last week, and it is really, really awesome, and it's all local artists and just very, very cool. They're doing something basically to support Milwaukee, and I just thought it was really kind of neat. So there's that. So anything else from you?
No, that's it.
Tell me about your artwork behind you.
Oh, this time. This one, this time. This is my Kramer.
Clearly.
They had. Do you remember the episode at all?
No, I was not a Seinfeld fan.
Seinfeld. Oh,
yeah.
An artist did a portrait of Kramer, and these people came in and were looking at it, and then they go, and it's just like they were looking at, it's his and hideous, but I can't take my eyes off it. We have to have the Kramer. Right. The Kramer. We have to have the Kramer.
So there.
And so somebody made a poster of it, and I found an old frame from from a whatnot shop or whatever, an extra wooden one, a nice gaudy frame. So I consider that artwork, even though it's just a poster in a frame.
It's very gothic. It's very goth.
I can't take my eyes off him.
There you go.
Does he follow you around the room?
I don't know. Does it have little cutout eyeballs?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, roll.
Oh, okay. Well, so all right. If that's everything, we'd like to. Come on, Dave. We'd like to thank our viewers and listeners. Dave's mom, my neighbor Pat, anyone else who stumbled across us randomly. Who did you have who stumbled across us randomly?
I didn't see anybody this time.
Okay.
But we did have an increase after I pleaded and did a title that tried to suck people in.
Okay, well, that's good. So if you like what you're hearing, and you can tell two people and they'll tell two people, and then Dave and I can become internet famous, because that's exactly what we're shooting for with our we want at least probably 36 listeners. 3 dozen would be great. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, the hip.org.critical, MoKE Milwaukee, and you can right here on our at Alexa MKE, you can tweet me, but nobody ever tweets me because why would they? But that's pretty much it. Hopefully everybody had fun listening to Dave's rants, because he did 3 rants, and that's worth the price of admission. Isn't that correct?
You're getting what you're paying for here.
Yes, you are. You get every penny's worth.
Every penny.
All right. Well, we love Milwaukee. Stay strong, Milwaukee Strong. Watch the video. Y'all have fun.
Tell two. Hi, Mom. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Shadesy.
There you go. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Pat. Hi, whoever else from work that might be watching. All right, you guys all be good. All right, take care. Bye.